this game in hand. Just one win separating all four teams arriving in Dakar for this second set of qualifiers. And things will continue to heat up the longer the weekend goes on. And it's the first of three, the final three games in the six-game group. They played the first three in Maputo. The next three come here. And Senegal, of course, have the home court advantage. The start of the third and final window in the first round of qualifiers in the new FIBA international calendar. There's the second set of qualifiers, as I've mentioned, in these African groups. 3 games over 3 days in the first set, another 3 games over a few days here in the second set. And after the conclusion of Game 6, we will know which 3 out of the 4 teams in Group D, and indeed the other groups, make the second stage of qualifiers. The players officially being introduced onto court here, starting with the Central African Republic. 1 and 2 so far in Group D, as we've seen. They lost their first 2 games by 5 to Senegal in Game 1 and by 7 to Mozambique, but they squeezed out a win by a single point in their last game, 63-62 against Ivory Coast, to keep them very much in the hunt for the next round of qualifiers. It's worth keeping an eye on that 5-point winning margin that they had against tonight's opposition in that previous meeting as well, because the head-to-heads could prove pivotal in a group that is this tight and tense. Central African Republic here, led by coach Ulrich Marida. And now get ready for the reaction of this Senegalese crowd to greet their players in the capital Dakar here this evening.
Et pour le Sénégal, allez, Djibril Cham numéro 2, numéro 4, Tcherno.
Rousing ovation for those being introduced one by one. Senegal 2 and 1 in the group, started with a 5-point win, as I've mentioned, over Central African Republic. 70-65 it finished in that previous meeting between these two. They lost by 7 though to the Ivory Coast in Game 2, but they beat Mozambique by 8 in the last game of the last window to put themselves in a promising position, top of the group at the start of play today, but now they've been ousted by Ivory Coast. The win will take them back top. They actually survived 23 turnovers in their first meeting with Central African Republic to win that game by 5. They managed to come through thanks to 68% shooting from 2-point range, but also because they were completely let off the hook by the Central Africans' foul shooting. The Central African Republic hit a remarkably poor 6 of 20 from the free throw stripe, just 30%. Had they shot even 60%, Central African Republic would have won that game. The 2 sets of players officially introduced, and now we'll pause for the 2 national anthems.
Centrafrique, merci, et l'hymne national du Sénégal.
A great atmosphere starting to build in the Senegalese capital for this one. Senegal against the Central African Republic in Group D of the qualifiers for the 2019 FIBA World Cup. 80 different countries all over the world trying to become one of the 32 that will go to the World Cup in China next year. The biggest centrally controlled basketball project ever. There's 88 games taking place right across the globe in this window, and our focus here on the African qualifying Group D. Tomorrow it's Mozambique against Central African Republic and Senegal against Ivory Coast. We finish on Sunday with the Central Africans taking on Ivory Coast and Mozambique taking on Senegal. As we see our officiating team for this one, game 4 out of 6 for these two nations. We saw the lowest scoring game in all of the African qualifiers earlier on this court, but it was an exciting one, particularly looking at the head-to-head between Mozambique and the Ivory Coast. Look at the Senegal roster here. Abdou Badji has been their main man so far. Team highs of 12 points, 8.3 rebounds and 2.7 blocks per game. But their main man tonight may well be the number 14, Gorgui Dieng. Nearly 400 NBA appearances for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Mamadou Sombre wearing the number 10 has also been key so far. 11.7 points and 1.3 steals per game over the 3 previous qualifiers. Senegal certainly boosted by the addition of Gorgui Dieng to the roster. He should add an extra dimension to their play, the big 2'11" centre. This is the roster for the Central Africans. And you look to Destin Damachua, the number 16, for scoring 17.3 points and a tournament best 2.7 steals so far. Joan Grebongo at centre has a huge job up against Dieng. So far he's averaged 9.3 points, 9 rebounds and 1 steal. We've also got William Kassong scoring in double figures, 10 points per game, and shooting 57% inside so far, the number 7. These two sides have both scored the fewest number of field goals of all teams in African qualifying so far. The Central Africans' big problem has been moving the ball to create opportunities, a continent low 19 assists across their 3 games so far. Will they be able to solve those problems here in Dakar tonight? It's a final chance for the 2 head coaches to have a final word with their players before we get this one underway. Abdou Ndiaye is the head coach for Senegal. Ulrich Marida for the Central African Republic. Senegal ranked 35th in the world. About to take on the Central African Republic, ranked some way below them in 75th. 40 places separate these two. But what a tight Group D it has been. Very little separation for all four teams. Just one win apart at the start of this second bundle of qualifiers, and now it really is money time in terms of reaching the second round of qualifiers for the 2019 FIBA World Cup. Senegal with the distinct advantage of having these passionate fans right behind them here in Dakar, and also the advantage of having Gorgui Dieng added to their roster for this qualifying window. There's a bit of a delay in getting this game underway due to start at right on the hour, 2 minutes ago now, so we've got a big delay as we see Abdou and Di, the players still at their benches. So it's the coach's job to try and use this time effectively. Senegal have been the better close-range shooting team by some distance, 58% from two-point range over their previous three qualifiers. Central African Republic just 45%, although the Central Africans do have a better percentage from downtown. And that perhaps one area that they can hurt Senegal, but it will be an uphill battle for them, you feel, this evening. They have averaged slightly more offensive rebounds as well. They might be able to use that area to generate a few extra shots, but of course they're playing here against a Senegalese team that will have Gorgui Dieng at centre. Mohamed Faye gets a start as well. And the pleasantries before the basketball court turns into a battlefield. Here we go then, Senegal against the Central African Republic. The fourth game out of 6 in qualification, round 1 for these two. Somebody from Group D is going to miss out, and it could easily still be one of these two. What a start for Central African Republic. The first shot inside of 6 seconds, giving them the lead. First offensive possession for Senegal here. The three-pointer way off the mark, slips through the hands of Faye as well for the offensive rebound. Not quite alert enough to grab that one off the backboard. The Central African Republic could improve their positive start. Almost turned over though by Damachua. There's a wrestling match down on the canvas to try and come up with the loose ball. Down there battling was Youssoufa Ndoye for Senegal. And I think it's going to be their ball. This was the start though for the Central Africans. Long-range two-pointer right over the top of the defence. The score from Destin Damachua. 17.3 points per game on average over the first 3 games in qualification. Faye moves it on. Dieng taking on the shot over the top of Jim Rabe. The NBA player misses his first attempt. Jim Rabe. Damachua trying to get into the foul line, forced away by Faye. Finds a way to pivot around him. Faye grabs the rebound though, as Damachua misses the shot. Here comes Senegal. Can they get on the board here? The pass fired into the body of its intended target, and it opens up here for the Central African Republic to come down the floor and to finish with the big jam from William Kassong. They've scored the first 4 points in Dakar. Dieng across to this near side to Sombe. Corner 3, stepping in, might have been a 2, off the mark from Faye anyway. Still no points for the hosts here, and there's 6 already for the Central African Republic inside of 2 minutes. Couguet putting that ball in on the fast break off the layup. And then a foul on the far side against the same player. And Senegal just haven't got going yet. They're going to take on the 3 from the far side, falls short. The tip wouldn't go either for Ndoye. It's a near 2.5-minute drought for the hosts of Group D. That one wouldn't quite fall from Couguet. Here comes Senegal with a bit more floor to operate in now. There's the entry pass and there's the finish from Ndoye. Senegal up and running. Finally, it's taken over 2.5 minutes. Danachua. Couguet. Bongo moving it on. Lovely elevation, but off the mark from Danachua. Quarterback pass down the floor looking for Sombe. Didn't quite connect with the receiver. Just disrupted at the last moment. I think Grebongo getting back for the Central Africans. Ndoye. Now to Almeida. Faye moving it across. 3-point shot this time, an air ball from Dieng. And he really hasn't got going, Gorgui Dieng. 2 misses so far on his qualifiers debut. He's averaged 8.3 points, 6.7 rebounds and 1.1 blocks per game in the NBA over his near 400 appearances for the Timberwolves. Here's Faye. Faye to take on a contested 3, got nothing but nylon as he drills that one from long range. Senegal back within 1. After conceding the first 6 points of the game, they've scored the last 5. The first 3-pointer knocked down from the stripe. That one will fall short into the clutches of Dieng, who releases the long pass down the floor, and Ndoye takes off on the runway to finish. Senegal have scored 7 without reply, and that bad start now almost a distant memory. It really was a poor start. We've seen Senegal shooting just 1 of 5 from downtown so far, but they got this one to go. Now I think they're just making sure it was a 3, and indeed it was. Knocked down by Mohamed Faye. They'd missed their previous 4 attempts from the outside. They may well just be looking at some contact that was occurring as well. Senegal from 6 down, up by 1 now. Conceded the first 6 points of this one. They've scored the last 7 without reply. And that's forced the timeout early on. The referee just getting everything in order so that we can restart. 4 minutes played. Central African Republic possession. Fired into the number 15, Jimarabe. Unable to do anything with it though. Jeng will take on another shot. Now he's got going. The NBA player. A big assist on the previous score for Senegal and a big basket on that possession. His first points in these World Cup qualifiers. Senegal have scored 10 without reply. Wide open look for 3. Wouldn't go down for Grebongo. Here they come again, the hosts moving it on nicely. Flipped up and in by Sombe. The Senegalese surge continues. 12 unanswered now for the hosts. Kassong trying to direct traffic here, the number 7. The Central Africans experiencing a real drought. They'll try and get in, almost a carry. Here's Grebongo into the lane. And they wanted to travel, Senegal. That's what Mamadou Sombe is saying. The officials just discussing that play. We've got a point. What a response though from Senegal. Still showing a 10-6 lead. It should be 12-6 now, surely. After that last basket. That's the 3-pointer from Jeng. And then after that, they had a wonderful team move that gave them a 6-point lead. Long 2-pointer falls well short from Jondre Jefferson. Here goes Delmeida. Back out to the perimeter, moved around again. Good team play from Senegal. 3-pointer for Faye. Won't go down this time and over the top of the backboard. They've certainly not been shot shy from long range, Senegal. 2 of 8 now from downtown. The Central Africans have only taken 1 3-pointer. Jefferson moving it on. They'll take another one here though, and they get it to rattle around and drop. Evans Ganapamo closes the gap to 3. 4 minutes of the first quarter remaining. Faye moved on to the far side by Jeng. He's perched on the perimeter again. Jeng slips through his hands and he turns it over. Here come the Central African Republic, 3-on-1, allowed to go all the way through, and they've closed the gap to 1. It's been a first quarter of runs so far. The layup from Ziani Veni, making this a 1-point game off the turnover from Gorgui Jeng. Ziani Veni rising to dunk it and forcing a Senegalese timeout. They're making it a carnival-like atmosphere in the Senegalese capital tonight. And their team have the edge, but only just 12-11 over Central African Republic. The Central Africans scored the first 6 points. Senegal scored the next 12. But Central African Republic have scored the last 5. Points have been scored in bursts so far in this one. Almeida. Ndoye moves it to the corner, gets it back. Ndoye looking to bulldoze his way through. Getting a hand up was Jondre Jefferson, but there was a whistle on the play before that rejection. The number 9 for the Central African Republic is a naturalised American player. Jondre Jefferson, we're just going to look at Max Couguet there, the number 13, who had 12 points in the Game 1 defeat to Senegal. Backing in, going to work, getting denied again by Jefferson was Ndoye. They get the 3-pointer at the end of it, but miss. Trying to save it is Jeng. It'll be a backcourt violation. A really big team effort and an individual one on defense from the Central African Republic. Jondre Jefferson, the first rejection. After the whistle, the second rejection in open play. And what a big block from the number 9. Ultimately, it gives the Central African Republic an opportunity to take the lead again and to keep this 5-point unanswered run going. First trip to the bench for Gorgui Dieng, the Senegalese superstar. Zianveni crosses over onto the left, looking to get it back onto his right as he attacks the rim. And he draws contact and will go to the line to try and give Central African Republic the lead. Into the game comes Abdou Badji, who's led Senegal so far in these qualifiers in the absence of Dieng. 12 points per game, 8.3 rebounds and 2.7 blocks per game, which is a tournament high in the African qualifiers. Jefferson looking to bully his way to the basket, and he draws the contact on Mbodj. Another player who's making his qualifiers debut, the number 22. We've seen some really strong play from Jondre Jefferson at both ends of the floor now on his World Cup qualifiers debut. He misses his first foul shot though. Remember, that really hurt the Central African Republic the last time these two met, when they hit a remarkably low 6 of 20 from the stripe. Jefferson didn't play in that one. Splits the pair at the line here to get us level at 12. Almeida. And Mbodj. Closely guarded was Badji. Was picked off by the Central African Republic. A chance for them to take the lead now. Kasong. Janapamo pulls up for the contested 3, misses it. Rebound claimed by Senegal. There's a whistle on the play though. And a foul called against Senegal. 2.5 minutes to play in the first. Level at 12, and that's going to be, I think, the 4th foul on Senegal. Indeed it is. So any foul from their defence now for the next 2.5 minutes will send the Central African Republic to the foul line, whether it's a shooting foul or not. Kasong to inbound into Zianveni. He gets down the baseline, flips up the reverse, and gets it to fall. Beautiful move from Maxime Zianveni. The 38-year-old showing he's still got plenty of athleticism. It's going to be a 2, I think, from the far side. Doesn't go down anyway for Thiam. Here come the Central African Republic again in transition. Ganapo bumped as he looked to attack in the lane. And that will send the Central African Republic to the foul line, with Senegal now over the foul limit for the quarter with still 2 minutes to play. It's been a very bright first quarter for the Central African Republic, and what a move this was from Maxime Ziamveni, the 38-year-old. He started very well, the number 6. Ganapamo is at the line. And the Central African Republic have a chance to go up by 4 points here. He misses the second one though. Niang. Moved on to this near side. Quick release on the 3. Got it. Malay Ndoye gets us back neck and neck again at 15. Vegshader, the number 5, on for the first time. Here's Kasong into Ganapamo, and he's fouled, so he will go back to the line again. It might not be a bad idea, the longer this game goes on, for Senegal to foul the Central African Republic, given their shooting percentage from the stripe. They shot just 42% from the free throw line over their first 3 qualifiers, including, of course, that 6 of 20 game, which is just 30% when these two last met. And there's another miss from Ganapamo, so the best he can do is split a pair, as he did the last time he went to the line. He does get that one to go, so he's 2 of 4 as a team. They're 3 of 6 from the stripe. And Bodji trying to get through, finds Badji, who squeezes it in with the contact, and will go to the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Abdou Badji coming in off the bench, gets his first score. Strong move against 2 defenders up to the rim, and gets the congratulations from his teammates. Badji scores his first 3 points. Senegal lead by 2. 80 seconds to play in the first quarter. Ganapamo. Here's Jefferson, thinking about getting down the baseline. Turns back, crosses over a couple of times, through the legs as well. Fizzes into Ganapamo, who misses on the turn. Rebound grabbed by Ndoye. Senegal with a big opportunity to finish the first quarter strong here. Bodji twisting and turning against Jefferson. Fade away mid-ranger wouldn't go. Run back by Badji on the offensive glass. He'll cling on to it and look to attack Ganapamo. Badji finding Bodji. Short from him. Ganapamo eventually comes down with the ball. 35 seconds to play in the quarter. 15-second differential between shot and game clock. Almost a turnover there. Just out of bounds though, off the attempted steal from Badji. Senegal edging what has so far been a very tight first quarter. Pretty much every game in this group has been tight. We saw that fairly sizable win earlier on this court for Ivory Coast. That the biggest margin of victory so far, I think. 17 points. 3-point shot from the far side will get the Central African Republic back ahead. Kurt Curry Vegshader. Shot clock turned off at the end of the quarter. The Central African Republic lead by 1. Final shot rests with Senegal now. Mid-ranger over the top of the basket. And they'll still get a chance with 1.3 seconds remaining as Vegscheider steps out of bounds. Big basket from him a few seconds earlier though. Djibril Thiam to inbound. They've got to put it up straight away. Hand in the face of the shooter. Tip, but it won't count at the buzzer. And it is the Central African Republic who have the edge at the end of one. It's been a topsy-turvy game already with a number of lead changes throughout the first 10 minutes. Senegal starting slow, then had a 12-point run. But the Central African Republic withstood the storm to come back strong, and they lead 19-18 at the end of the first. Indeed, this second round of qualifiers begins in the next international window in the FIBA calendar in September. And these two both hoping to be there. The top 3 out of the 4-team group will go through. As we see some of the highlights from the first 10 minutes, it was a game of runs early on. The Central African Republic scoring the first 6 points. Senegal answering with the next 12 before the Central Africans scored another 5 without reply. And from there, a series of lead changes, ultimately ending up with a 1-point Central African Republic lead at the end of the first 10 minutes. The Central African Republic led by the 5 points of Galapamo. They've spread the rest of their scoring around. Nobody else has scored more than 3. Everybody getting involved. They lead by 1 at the start of the second quarter. Kuget. Bounce pass in towards Ziamveni, moves it on swiftly to Jefferson. And Thiam was having none of it. Niang moving it down the floor quickly. Ziamveni intercepts. 2-on-1 now on the fast break for the Central Africans. Kuget trying to go all the way through himself. Here goes Niang. Fast moving start to the second quarter and nobody can score from it. Here goes Kuget again, looking to bulldoze his way through. Tipped out of bounds by the retreating Mbodj. Still no change to the score despite that crazy fast passage of play. There's the rejection from the number 2, Djibril Thiam. Shutting the door in Jondre Jefferson's face. Kuget to inbound. Gets it back from Ziamveni. Floated off the window neatly by Jim Rabe. 3 points the lead now for the Central Africans. First score for Jim Rabe. Badji across to the far side. Thiam. And there's a whistle for some contact on that far side between Mbodj and Kuget. Foul on Kuget. There's the arm around the waist of Mbodj. First foul of this second quarter for either team. Almeida, one of the players that was on the roster at the 2014 World Cup for Senegal. It's popped it to Jang here. He ran into a big wall but was able to finish over the top of it. 3 Central Africans in front of him, one of them knocked down to the floor, 2 of them beaten by the trajectory on the shot. And Jang has 5 points. The quality to finish after taking the contact. And now a chance at a 3-point play. He misses the foul shot though. Senegal still trail. Kasson. Kuget. Almost robbed of the ball by Tiam. It will still be Central African Republic possession. A real battle to try and get it in. It's pinched here by Ndoye, who goes behind the back. And they put it in to take the lead, Senegal. De Almeida finishing off the move. The inbound pass suffocated. And Senegal able to go down the other end and score. Free passage into the paint. Bounce pass, big time block though from Ndoye, who says, "This is my house." Can he score at the other end as well? Yes, he can, the big centre. Youssoufa Ndoye with the big-time rejection. Gets the stop on the defensive end, and it leads to the opportunity on the offensive end. There he is again, trying to get in the way of Zianveni. Ndoye with a magical moment in this second quarter. Swatted that one against the backboard and then scored down the other end of the floor. Got a piece of that one too, but the whistle had gone. Zianveni gets to the stripe. Senegal up by 3 now. Zianveni closing that gap. Able to get them both. Zianveni goes to the bench. Almeida, another veteran, 35 years of age, the number 5 for Senegal. Jeng moves it across to the far side and it goes to Ndoye. Back out to Jeng, who gets inside, dancing through the defense. Finger roll wouldn't fall though. Damachua taking one on from range and banking it in. The bank open in Dakar on a Friday evening. Destin Damachua from a couple of feet back. And that's what the Central African Republic needed at that point. Senegal had been building momentum, but they're back level now. (24-24), 13 minutes in. Jeng moves it back to D'Almeida. Sombe. Faye back to Sombe again. Shot clock down to the final 6. Here's Faye to take on the 3. Too short. Jeng first to the rebound though, keeps it alive. The Central African Republic will come away with it though. 3-on-1 on the fast break, slicing all the way through, but then missing. And now Senegal can come against the short-handed Central African defense and score with Jeng. He's starting to heat up now, the NBA player. 7 points. Another one banked in. They're all going down off the backboard for Damachua. 26-26. 5 quick-fire points for him off the glass. De Almeida taking on a stop-and-pop 3. Nothing but net for him. Senegal back ahead. The baskets starting to flood in Dakar as Grebongo scores again. Rapid offense right now for these two. De Almeida across to Sombe. Looking for Ndoye here, the big centre. Up against the double team, tried to find Jeng, but the pass wasn't on. Damachua looking to burst to the basket, but they got back so quickly to deny him. De Almeida. Sombe. They slow it down, Senegal, then pick up the pace and draw contact as they enter the paint. Here's the burst, but how about the catch-up on defense to get in and block against the backboard? Seemed to start a couple of yards behind the offensive player, but somehow made up the ground to reject the shot. Timeout with the Central African Republic leading 30-28.
Le problème c'est ici là, la tête. Communiquer, si le ballon c'est là, le temps de sécuriser. Ok. Deuxièmement, William part en contre-attaque, lâchez la balle, vous gardez trop la balle. Première, deuxième, transition, on repart en transition. Hey, défendez un peu là, et lâchez la balle.
And this has been a thoroughly entertaining first, 15 minutes or so of this game. It's gone back and forth between these two. And a big period of scoring in the middle of the second quarter with the two nations trading blows. We've had 10 lead changes already in this one. Neither team has led by any more than 6 points. Central African Republic leading by 1 as it stands 30-29 with 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the first half. Damachua leads the scoring for the Central Africans with 7 points, and Gorgui Dieng leads the way for Senegal with 10. Mamadou Sombe is the player at the line, gets the second to go and ties us up at 30. Clock's been changed actually just the midway point of the second quarter now, right on the 5-minute mark. There's the behind the back pass to Grebongo, who attacks the double team. Now in transition comes to Almeida. And there with him, but missing is Ndoye. Couguet. Nothing to split these two over the first 15 minutes. Grebongo. A chance to attack one-on-one. He backs off against Dieng though. Gives it instead to Kassong. He'll take on the NBA player and scores over the top of him. Pretty much neck and neck in the scoring, neck and neck in turnovers, 4 each. Dieng looking to add to his 10 points already off one leg on the turn, misses. Grabbed by Ndoye, and he gets wiped out. He certainly made an impact. The number 15. Jefferson made sure he made an impact with the floor. Jeng missing the shot. Big offensive rebound, but then knocked down to the deck by Jefferson as he got it to drop from Ndoye. A chance of a three-point play, quite a weight to take the free throw for Youssoupha Ndoye, who's up to 8 points already. 4 of 5 from the field. A big block early on as well. Misses the foul shot, so 32-32, 4 minutes to play in the first half. Stop and pop three-pointer, and the drop as well for Damachua. Double figures for him in the first half. He's 4 of 5 from the field, including 2 of 2 from downtown. De Almeida trying to answer back with a 3 over the top of the backboard and out of bounds. Damachua really carrying the Central Africans here. Had a game-high 20 points as well as 4 steals in the Game 1 defeat to Senegal. Ganapamo looking to attack, going one way then the other, can't score over the top of Ndoye. They grab the offensive rebound though, and John Thray Jefferson scores to stretch the Central African lead to 5 points. Ndoye. Now Sombe looking to get down the baseline, got the other side of the basket, used it as a defender, as a screen to finish on the burst down the baseline. Got away from Ganapamo. Blitzed past him. And then was able to score on the reverse. Senegal in style, closing the gap to 3. The official's been called across to the bench to explain 1 or 2 things. They might be complaining about something, the Central Africans, but they must be pretty happy with the way this first half is going so far. Although Mamadou Sombe, with a chance to complete a 3-point play, misses. They've missed a couple in a row now. And here come the Central Africans down the other end of the floor. Another huge rejection from Ndoye. Still a score though for the Central Africans. Ganapamo putting it in. The block in the end in vain, but Ndoye has brought his A game so far tonight. His second monster block. Jeng dancing through the defense to score. Lovely move from Jeng, who now has 12. Got Jefferson up in the air and then meandered through the rest of them to finish. Senegal back within 3. And here's the big block from Ndoye. Saved though on the far side by De Almeida, straight back to Ganapamo for the score. Jeng up to 13 points in 13.5 minutes on court. Senegal back within 2. Damachua, who leads the Central Africans with 10. Ganapamo moving it on. Forced up in traffic, wouldn't fall. Jeng, quarterback pass down the floor, pinpoint precision, safe back off the baseline though. D'Almeida fizzing it forward to Sombe. And a taste of his own medicine for Ndoye, who gets denied. Here comes Kasong, stopped at the other end of the floor. D'Almeida all the way through and left to rock the rim is Youssoupha Ndoye. Senegal back level, 39-39 after a crazy passage of play. And Ndoye, tasting his own medicine, got denied by Jefferson. But then a block at the other end stopped the Central African Republic in transition. Timeout called by the Central African Republic with this one back level at 39. Well, they're witnessing a really entertaining first half in Dakar. There's around a minute and a half remaining of it. Senegal with 2 players in double figures already. And Ndoye has 10 and Dieng has 13. The Central African Republic led by the 10 of Damachua. 39-39. Ganapama. And a foul called on the number 15 Ndoye, I believe. Only Senegal's second foul of the quarter. The Central African Republic are at the foul limit already. Zian Benny back on court. There's another foul before the basket, which won't count. So 2 in quick succession on Senegal, with 93 seconds remaining of the first half. This game has just about doubled the scoring tally of the first one we had on this court. By the halfway stage, it was 21-21 at half-time between Mozambique and Ivory Coast. Casson. There's Zian Benny in the lane, switches it brilliantly onto the left hand to score. Central African Republic ahead again as we approach the final minute of the first half. Faye. Dieng moves it back to Delmeida. Flips it over his head for the 3-point shot that won't go. He'll be first to the rebound though, the number 5, and a foul from Ganapama, with the Central African Republic at the limit, so Senegal will shoot foul shots. A chance to get level with 59 seconds to play in the second quarter. Senegal 3 of 7 from the foul line so far. It's the first trip there though for Zane de Almeida. He's averaged 7.3 points and 5 rebounds per game over 3 qualifiers before today. Only shot 25% from the field though. He shoots 100% from the line on that trip. And Senegal are back level. Cheered on by the coach, Abdou Ndiaye. Damachua across to Zian Benny. He goes on the left hand again, off one leg, denied by Dieng. 3-point shot though, too long. Rebound for Faye. A chance for Senegal to take the lead before the half-time buzzer. Dieng, 3-pointer. Faye the big offensive rebound, a fresh 14. And a 13-second differential between shot and game clock at the end of the second quarter. Almeida across to the far side, bounce pass into Jeng. He turns and beats Yanveni to score with the contact as well. The Senegalese superstar taking charge here in the first half. 15 points in as many minutes on court for the number 14. And a chance to add one more from the stripe. Lightning fast spin move to beat that man, Zianveni. Senegal a chance to go up by 3. Jeng is 6 of 11 from the field, 1 of 2 from the line. He gets that one. 3-point Senegalese lead, 14 seconds to play in the second quarter. Damachua looking to attack again, going all the way through, missing wildly off the backboard though. Still time to get one away here. Almeida has to put it up. The floater off one leg wouldn't fall. Senegal have the edge at the half, but only just. And they lead by 3 behind the 16 points of Gorgui Dieng. Backed up ably by the 10 points of Youssoufa Undoy, who's got a couple of big blocks to his name as well. The Central African Republic have led for as long in this one as Senegal have, but it's Senegal who move ahead at the half, 44-41. A thoroughly entertaining game. And the Central African Republic shooting 57% from the field. Inside and out, Senegal dominant inside, shooting over 60%. 3 more offensive rebounds for the host team. Turnovers just 4 each. The block count is not right. There's been far more than 1 each. And Doy's got 2 or 3. A really entertaining first 20 minutes in Dakar in this one. 15 lead changes across the first 20 minutes. Neither team has led by any more than 6 points. It's Senegal who take a 3-point lead into the half-time interval behind the 16 points of the Minnesota Timberwolves player Gorgui Dieng, who's 6 of 11 from the field and has also got 4 rebounds, 2 assists and a steal to his name. It's been a really good watch. We'll hope for more of the same when we return in around 10 minutes' time. Welcome back to Dakar, where we've got a really entertaining and really important game on our hands. Senegal leading by 3 points, 44-41 over the Central African Republic. In the Senegalese capital, very well supported, the home team. And those who have turned up to watch this one have certainly been treated so far. A game that's had 15 lead changes over the course of 20 minutes. Neither team has led by any more than 6 points. For large parts of that first half, though, the Central African Republic, who would be the underdogs here, had the lead. 10 minutes 40 seconds they led. Senegal have led for close to 6 minutes of this one so far. It took him a little bit of time, but eventually Gorgui Dieng sprang into life, finished as the leading scorer in that first half. 16 points in 16 minutes. 6 of 11 from the field, including 2 of 4 from downtown. 4 rebounds, 2 assists and a steal as well. Youssoupha Ndoye has 10 points off 5 of 6 shooting for Senegal, and a couple of huge blocks on defence for them as well. The Central African Republic led by the 10 points of Destin Damachua off 4 of 6 shooting. They've also got 7 from Evans Ganapamo. And this one at the moment is too close to call. The Senegalese win would see them go to 3-1 at the top of Group D. It would see the Central African Republic fall to 1-3 at the bottom of the group. 1 win behind the 2 teams above them, Mozambique and Ivory Coast, with 2 games to play. If the Central African Republic could win, then all 4 teams in the group would be tied level at 2-2.
Lâchez la balle, on joue la transition. Première, deuxième, du Guapané. Ne gardez pas beaucoup la balle. C'est la chance. Les 5 du départ. Les 5 du départ. On y va. Pour la frappe.
Both coaches, Ulrich Marida of the Central African Republic and Abdou Ndiaye of Senegal, taking the opportunity to speak to their players for as long as they possibly can at the half-time interval. Both, I'm sure, are ready for a game that looks set to go down to the wire. The Central African Republic have dealt pretty well so far with this partisan atmosphere. He knows that his team are in for a battle here over the course of the next 20 minutes. D'Almeida. Faye moves it on to Dieng, the leading scorer. Faye moving it to Ndoye this time, back to Faye. He lines up another 3 off the mark. Big tip-in for Djibril Thiam. First score of the second half goes the way of Senegal. It's the first score of the game for Thiam, who had 13 points in 19 minutes the last time these two met. He's averaged 7.3 across the previous 3 qualifiers. Not a bad time to get his first score in this one. First possession for the Central African Republic. Damachua, their leading scorer. 10 points so far. Final 5 seconds on the shot clock as it comes over to this near side. Couguet floats one over the top of the defence. batted back. They get a second bite of the cherry. Couguet moving it on to Grebongo. Up against 3 defenders. Finds his teammate wide open for the 3. Max Couguet gets it to drop after the great work in the low post from Joan Grebongo. The Central African Republic back within 2. There's a whistle on the plate. And a foul called against the Central Africans, specifically against William Kasong. Big basket for Couguet though, that 3-pointer. He had 12 points in the game 1 defeat to Senegal. He was 4 of 6 from downtown in that one. Although he didn't play in games 2 and 3. Thiam. Senegal by 2. Faye attacking the Central African defense, beating 3 of them but not getting his shot to fall. Damachua. Central African Republic looking to tie level again. Couguet onto the left hand, creates a bit of room off one leg, gets it to drop. 5 quick fire points for Couguet and they're back level. De Almeida. Faye across to the far side. Thiam trying to get down the baseline. Step back in. Beautiful footwork, but he misses the shot against Couguet. Here come the Central African Republic looking to take the lead now. Lovely return. Give and go down the baseline. What a move. William Kasong scores with a reverse layup off the scintillating pass back to him. Central Africa by 2. From Bodge back to Thiam, who'll take on a 3. Rims out. Saved on the baseline. Back to Faye. Faye inside to Jeng. Jeng turning to shoot. Will have to earn them from the stripe. What a move this was. Kasong combining with Grebongo. Great 2-man basketball. A telepathic connection between the Central African Republic's number 7 and number 8. Jeng hits the first of 2 from the stripe. He's 3 of 4 there this evening. Makes them both just about averaging a point a minute. There's the Minnesota Timberwolves player. 48-48, neck and neck these two once more. Central African Republic to try and take the lead. That might be an offensive foul. Very close to going either way. Jeng knocked down to the deck. Jeng looking around, wanting the call from the official. Wondering what it might be. It will be a trip to the line for Joan Grebongo. Maxime Ziambeni on the bench. The 38-year-old needs a good rest every now and again. Grebongo had 10 points and 18 rebounds in the win over the Ivory Coast last time out in the third qualifier. 9 of those rebounds were on the offensive glass. He had 10 points, 8 rebounds and 2 steals when the Central African Republic last met Senegal. Misses his foul shots here. De Almeida. Lost over on the far side. And 3 minutes into the second half, there's still no separating these two. Kasonk. Well, Jimmy Rabbi off the mark. Delmeida. Jeng. Tiam. Jeng wants it again, a chance maybe to go one-on-one, help defences perched. He passes away from that potential double team and opens up the dunk for Mohamed Faye. And a big Dakar dunk made really by Gorgui Dieng, finished by Faye. Senegal ahead 50-48. And the first 4 minutes of the second half in this one have been just the same kind of stuff that we saw in the first 20 minutes. High scoring, high octane, high rising. But as tight can be. Gianveni is back in now. Hands it off to Damachua. Gianveni looking to set a screen. Damachua around it to shoot the long two and to get the Central Africans back level again. What an impact, back in off the bench from the veteran. He's got 6 points now, he's not missed a shot. Faye to Jeng. Ndoye across to the far side, looking to attack here is Mboji, found Jeng for the corner three, got it! What a performance from Gorgui Dieng. 21 points now. And the whistle on the play as Ganapamo look to attack down the baseline. And Jeng has now scored more than 20 points in 9 of his last 20 internationals in major FIBA competition. They know how good he is. 21 points, 7 of 12 from the field, 6 rebounds, 3 assists and a steal. And despite that standout performance here this evening, the Central African Republic are within touching distance. And they're within a single point thanks to Evans Ganapamo at the foul line. Jeng on to Faye. Badio, the 19-year-old, in for the first time here. His qualifiers debut. Jeng pointing where he wants Faye to move, gives it to him. It's 11 against 11. Over on the far side, here's the teenager lining one up, missing one though. Badio, offensive rebound, Jeng. And he's called for the travel ultimately, not happy with the call. Just over the midway point of the third quarter, Senegal by 1. They're led by a couple at the break. Here's a look at that travelling call again. He got stopped and came back down with it, clung on to it. Destin Damachua at the stripe, with Senegal already at the foul limit here in the third quarter. Gets the Central African Republic ahead. That is the 19th lead change of this game. 15 minutes still to play. Jeng onto Ndoye. Badio onto the corner. Bounce pass into the lane, flipped up and in. And there's another lead change. Faye finishing that move. 7 points for him. Pinch back by Senegal. Here goes Jeng, 3-on-1 opportunity. Forced away by Jefferson, back out to Faye for 3, no. Jondre Jefferson the rebound. Cougar. He lines up a long ranger. Cougar! Oh, what a high arcing 3 from Cougar, his second of the third quarter. He's got 7 points in the 6 minutes since halftime, 10 altogether. He's feeling it, the number 13. Jeng, can he respond? Gets into the lane, tries to beat 2 of them, gets the contact and will go to the line for 2. A chance to get Senegal level again, 57-55 at the moment. Jeng will go to the line. The long-range bomb dropped by Max Cougar. Big-time basket for the Central African Republic. He's up to 10 points very quickly, having had just 3 in the first half. And we're going to have a timeout. And they haven't stopped since a good while before the opening tip, and their team certainly haven't stopped providing the entertainment since the opening tip. And the Central African Republic have been able to match the effort and the quality of this Senegalese team in the Senegalese capital so far. We've had 22 lead changes. Jeng of Senegal goes to the line here to try and tie this one up again. It's been really in stark contrast to the first game we had on this court in Dakar. A really low-scoring affair between the Ivory Coast and Mozambique. The quality has been far greater, particularly on the offensive end in this one. There's a bit of a delay in getting play resumed off the back of this timeout. Jeng to the line for a chance to score his 22nd and 23rd points of the evening. He's 5 of 6 from the stripe now. Possibly on course for a double-double as well as his big points haul, 22 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Make it 23 points, 57-57, with just under 14 minutes to play. Max Cougar, who's been the other player to light up this third quarter so far. Jefferson looking to attack Jeng, hook shot over the top of him, scores. Central African Republic ahead once more. And Doy wide open, 3, wouldn't go down. And the rebound secured by Zian Veni, but then dropped, and it will be Senegal ball. Jeng back to Badio, the 19-year-old. Badji's not played too much. And they'll force a turnover, the Central African Republic. A backcourt violation in the end. Knocked away from Abdou Badji, who's only played around 4 minutes in this one. The leading scorer for Senegal and the leading rebounder and the leading blocker over the first 3 qualifiers. How much will he play in this final 13 minutes? Senegal fouled, trying to recover the ball at centre court after that turnover, and they're over the foul limit. So out the line is Evans Ganapamo, the 23-year-old who's performed well for them so far. Trying to take double figures here from the strike. It will be Central African Republic possession with Max Kuget to inbound. Damachua trying to get down the baseline, using his body to shield the ball. Oh, what a putback slam from Jondre Jefferson. Sombe, the Central African Republic doubling their advantage to 4 points. Final 3 minutes of the third quarter. Hundoi. Badji gets it back, he'll shoot here, the long range 2, way wide of the basket, picked up though on the offensive rebound. Jeng recovers on the near side, end of the shot clock, it didn't touch the rim. Well, they get it away in time, although it looked to me like the shot clock had expired. Now they're going to check that, I think. Well, the coach is saying something, the play goes on. Here come the Central African Republic, Jefferson trying to roll in, another touchback, this time from Ganapamo. 2 huge offensive rebounds for the Central African Republic. The first, the putback slam from Jefferson, and then Ganapamo with the putback tip in. They're up by 6 now. It looks as though that last basket for Senegal hasn't counted. 3-point shot for them, nothing but nylon closes the gap to 3. And a big long ranger from Mamadou Sombe. This has been a fast and furious and fantastic clash so far. Senegal trying to force the turnover. Ganapamo firing the 3 on the near side, can't hit. Reeled in by Hundoi. Here comes Senegal to try and tie maybe another 3, this time off the mark from Sombe. Well, they have added that extra 2 points now, so it's only a 1-point game. There was no shot clock violation on that previous play. And there's a foul called there against Malé Hundoi. Another veteran, 37 years of age. One of the players that was on the roster for Senegal at the 2014 World Cup. (63-62) to Central African Republic in the Senegalese capital, with 11 minutes and change remaining. Jondre Jefferson, the naturalized American player, misses his first from the line. That's the 3 for Sombe that helped close the gap to 1. He's missed one since then. Jefferson misses both from the strike. Stuck on 9 points. He's 4 of 6 from the field, but only 1 of 4 from the line. There was a foul on Tian Veni trying to grab the rebound off that missed free throw. Hundoi, De Almeida. Here's Hundoi lining up the 3 and getting it to drop Senegal back ahead in the final minute of the third. They've landed a couple of big blows from beyond the arc towards the end of this quarter. Senegal leading 65-63 with 47 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Ndoye 2 of 2 from the field, and both of them from the outside for 6 points in just 6.5 minutes on court, the number 9. Max Couguet at the line for the Central African Republic. Gets them level again, 65-65, nothing to split these two over the first 29 minutes. Ndoye to De Almeida. Ndoye again, fed by Dieng in towards the low post, missed though by Badji. 3 seconds differential between shot and game clock at the end of the third. There's the stop and pop long range 2 off the mark for Damachua. A chance for Senegal with 15 seconds to play. Will they go for the quick offense? They will. The 3-point shot in transition from Male Ndoye. He's got another one. His second 3 in the last minute or two. Senegal by 3 at the buzzer. Can they get level? No. And Senegal, who had the slightest of edges at half-time, have the slightest of edges at the end of the third. Off this big 3 from Male Ndoye. 24 lead changes through the first 3 quarters. How many more will we see in the fourth? At the end of 30 minutes, 68-65 to Senegal. And this place is rocking in Dakar. What a 3 quarters we've had so far. 10 more minutes to come. Don't go anywhere. Even shooting percentages inside. Central African Republic with the edge from downtown. The 23 points from Gorgui Dieng stands out at the moment, but there's been some huge performances for the Central African Republic as well. 14 points for Destin Damachua, 5 of 9 shooting, 2 of 3 from downtown. 12 points for Max Couguet, of 4 of 8 shooting, 2 of 3 from downtown. And 11 points for Evan Scanapamo, 3 of 5 from the floor, hitting his only 3-point attempt. 9 points as well for John Dre Jefferson, the naturalized American. But 9 points for this man, the number 9 for Senegal. 3 of 3 from the outside, and 2 of those coming in the final moments of the third quarter. It gives Senegal a 3-point edge at the start of the fourth. The Central Africans start with the ball. Couguet moving it on. Here is Jefferson, runs into a big green wall, and here they come on the fast break. 3-on-1. Good defense getting back in transition, but a foul. 3 Senegalese players attacking the rim, and 1 Central African getting back. It was Couguet to disrupt the shot. No score, and no Senegalese possession. Great effort from Couguet on defense. Zianveni, Kassong. Zianveni running interference. Kassong going all the way through, too heavy off the backboard. Now a 4-on-2 fast break for Senegal. The stop and pop at the foul line and the soft touch to finish. Jeanne De Almeida. Senegal by 5. The largest lead for either team in this one has been 6 points. There's the three from the far side, won't go down. Another huge putback slam. Jondre Jefferson. A carbon copy of the previous one in the third quarter. 3 points the gap again. Ndoye, Sombe, Dalmeida. Shot clock down to the final 5 seconds here for the number 5. Coming out to set the screen, Ndoye. He clings onto it, goes all the way. The shot clock will expire here, surely. The buzzer doesn't seem to be working. Now, I think they got away with one in the last quarter, Senegal, where the shot clock had expired, but the basket counted for them. We're certainly not hearing the buzzer. There's the big highlight reel finish from Jefferson. And it took a couple of seconds for the referees to blow the whistle there after the shot clock had expired on that play. I think they certainly got a lucky break with 2 points in the third quarter, and 2 points that could prove decisive when this one, as close as it is all said and done. 8.5 minutes to play, Senegal by 3. Max Couguet lines up a three-pointer to try and get us back level. Couguet knocks down another from the outside. He's 3 of 4 from downtown, and all 3 of them coming in this second half. 70-70. Here's Sombe out to Jeng. Shot clock down to 5. Jeng in the corner trying to manufacture some room. Contested all the way. The Central African Republic could get back ahead here from 5 down. Coast to coast drive wouldn't fall. And now a chance for Senegal to come quickly in transition. It's just about 4-on-1 here, and it only took the one. Zane Dalmeida finishing. 8 points for him now. Senegal back ahead. 7.5 to play. Jondre Jefferson, left hand trying to get into the paint, fouled on his route in towards the centre. And this has been a scintillating African qualifier. And there's still 7.5 enthralling minutes of it to come. Couguet drops it, and it's recovered as the Central African Republic turn it over. Dalmeida. Wide open is Faye in the corner, steps inside, kicks it back out. Jeng lost it as he tried to drive in close to the hoop. Here comes Ganapamo. Bounce pass, and wouldn't quite drop for Jimmy Rabe. Getting a hand up, Jefferson in the way of Jeng. Jim Rabe getting fouled, will go to the line. One of a large proportion of this Central African Republic roster to play his club basketball in France. Jim Rabe. He's averaged 9.7 points over the first 3 qualifiers. He's been a little on the periphery of this one. Up to 5 points now. And we're level once more. 72-72 with under 7 minutes to play. After a bit of a break, Ndoye, the number 15 for Senegal, is back in, one of their standout players. Oh, what a piece of footwork that was from Mohamed Faye, dancing through the defence. Senegal keep leading, the Central African Republic keep cancelling out those leads. Kasong. Ganapamo. Jefferson may be setting the screen. Ganapamo fades across towards the baseline, misses the shot, rebound Faye. Dalmeida Here's Jeng, gets a good look for three, goes too long, offensive rebound and a foul. And Ndoye will go to the line. 10 points for Ndoye so far here this evening. Had a good rest in the third quarter. He's come back in for the fourth. He's only had the one foul shot so far though and missed it. Senegal as a team are 10 of 14 from the line. Ndoye had 10 points and 3 rebounds when these two met on game day 1. It's been a much more efficient 12 points so far for him in this one, and add one more point to that tally, I should say. He's 5 of 6 from the field in this one, 3 of 4 from the stripe. Kassong. Senegal by 4. Kassong twisting and turning, able to find a teammate. Grebongo puts it on the floor, puts it in the basket, and gets the contact as well. Only his second score, Grebongo. The man who had double figures when these two last met, and double figures in the most recent qualifier against the Ivory Coast. He misses the and one, he's stuck on 4 points. Central African Republic are back within 2. I do believe it's 74-76. There's a foul on the rebound. The two number 15s, two huge bodies colliding. And it goes against Senegal. Confirmation of that score, 74-76. There's the turnover. Here comes Faye now. Tiam alongside him receives it. Back to the trailer, and Ndoye, who got in to force it up and in. And a chance at a three-point play. He's been huge tonight, Youssoufa Ndoye. Sheer muscle to get the ball in the basket with the contact. 5.5 minutes to play. Senegal with a chance to extend their advantage to 5. Only the second foul on the Central African Republic in this quarter. Senegal have 4. He misses the and one though. It remains a 4-point game. Damachua. Moved on quickly by Zien Veni. Arching his back to finish is Grebongo. Only one score up until the last minute or so. And he's just converted back-to-back field goals. 2 points the gap again. De Almeida. Shot clock to the final 6 seconds. De Almeida whipping the pass across court for the three-point shooter. 4 of 4 from the outside for Malé Ndoye. Senegal by 5. He's got 12 points off that perfect shooting from downtown. Entry pass, Siamveni getting basket side, blowing the open layup though. That's his first miss of any type in this game. De Almeida across to the far side to Tiam, closed down by Grebongo. Ndoye had his pocket picked. Here come the Central African Republic going all the way through, but forced into the miss was Damachua. Senegal a chance to open up the largest lead. Here he is again, Ndoye, a 5-star show from downtown for Malé Ndoye, the 37-year-old. 5 attempts, 5 three-point baskets, and Senegal have the largest lead of the evening. A timeout called by the Central African Republic, who trail now by 8 points in this one. Senegal opening up a gap deep in the fourth quarter. We've just seen those shooting numbers. They're dead even in terms of attempts and percentages on the inside. Central African Republic actually shooting the better percentage from downtown, but Senegal have taken more shots. They've hit 10 of their 21 from the outside, and half of those knocked down by Malé Ndoye, who's 5 of 5 from the outside for 15 points in 12 and a bit minutes on court. Just doesn't look like he can miss right now. I don't think any of them have even touched the rim. Senegal by 8. The Central African Republic running out of time to try and cut that deficit. Miss another one. Close in. Only 3 minutes and 45 seconds to play. It's plenty of time, but they have to stop Senegal scoring. Here's Dieng lining up a three-pointer. That one no good. He struggled to add to his first half tally. Kassong, nice pass. Jan Veni wouldn't go on the reverse, knocked away. Senegal can come on the fast break with Faye down the floor for the flush. Fans on their feet in the Senegalese capital. The first double-digit lead of the night. 86-76 to Senegal. And that basket won't count. The Central African Republic have missed a couple of layups as well that would have made it tight enough, but you just feel with 3 minutes and change remaining that this lead is starting to look like an insurmountable one, the way Senegal are playing. The outside threat of Ndoye, the athleticism on the fast break. That one finished off by Faye. He's up to double figures now. Becomes the fourth Senegalese player to hit that milestone. Led, of course, by the 23 points from Dieng. They've got 15 from Ndoye, 14 from Youssoufa Ndoye. And those are the first points in a while for the Central African Republic. They make it a 9-point game. High pass, oh, the alley-oop finish. Faye taking off up to the heavens to get this Dakar crowd going crazy. A series of highlight reel plays down the stretch for Senegal. They lead now by 11. 2.5 minutes to play. De Almeida, Faye lining up a three-pointer. He'd got the previous 2 dunks. Can't get that long ranger. The Central African Republic with just 2 minutes and 15 seconds to overturn this 11-point gap. Max Kugera, who's been one of their protagonists in this second half. No joy for him at this late stage in the game, though. He and Damachua lead the way with 15 points apiece for the visitors, but this perhaps the play of the night. Faye feeling it right now, and so too this Senegalese crowd. Kugera up to 16 points. A chance to add another. And he does. It's still a single-digit game with over 2 minutes to play. There's plenty of time, but it has to be something special for Central African Republic from this point on. And Senegal are as hot as they've been all night right now. De Almeida. Youssoufa Ndoye turning at the end of the shot clock with a hand at his face. Got fouled on the shot. Ndoye goes to the line where he's 2 of 4 so far. Back in comes Jondre Jefferson on 11 points. 1 of 4 in double figures for the Central Africans. 14 so far for Youssoufa Ndoye. Misses that one, 2 of 5 from the line now. Job's not done yet for coach Abdou Ndiaye and his team. He gets the second, so it's a 10-point margin with less than 2 minutes to play. Damachua looking inside for Jefferson. He turns away from Ndoye, and the lane opens up for him for the big slam. D'Almeida. 8 assists so far for the number 5 for Senegal. He's taking those precious seconds away from the Central African Republic. Shot clock down to 5. He'll line up a 3-pointer. Too long. Jefferson the rebound. Across to the far side. They can't afford to turn it over here, and they have done, straight into the hands of D'Almeida, who goes all the way through, flips it over his head. And Ndoye knocking down dunks and doing pull-ups. Senegal showing their muscle late in the game. Final minute, they lead by 10. And that a really costly turnover. Had the Central African Republic been able to score on their previous possession and make it a 6-point game with around a minute to play, it really would have been game on, but not now. 50.7 seconds remaining. Senegal by double digits off that turnover. D'Almeida, the over-the-head pass. And Youssoufa Ndoye with another big dunk, and what has been a big night for him. Highlight reel stuff from Senegal, especially here in the fourth quarter. We only had 107 points from the two teams combined in the first matchup on this court today. Senegal have scored 91 all by themselves. It's been a blistering offensive performance in this one. And a reward for sticking with us if you have watched both games after what had been the lowest scoring contest in all of the African qualifiers between Ivory Coast and Mozambique before this in Dakar. This really has proved to be the main event. Still, those two teams who played earlier are 2-2, and they're both going to be ahead of the Central African Republic, who are going to fall to the bottom with 2 games to play. It's looking like Senegal at 3-1 at the top, Mozambique and Ivory Coast at 2-2. And then the Central African Republic falling to 1-3. They're not giving up hope on this one, though. They have cut the gap with 50.7 seconds to go to make it a single-digit margin again. They'll try the press here to try and force a turnover. And they have done. So 48.3 seconds remaining. And they're down by 9. Can they at least make it a little bit of a nervy finish for the fans in Dakar? Jeng inbounds. It wasn't a turnover, in fact. I do beg your pardon. Sombe to bring it down the floor. D'Almeida. Faye. Final 30 seconds coming up. Jeng clings onto it. 23 points for him. 17 though for Youssoufa Ndoye, who perhaps has stood out even more. He's had a couple of huge rejections. He scored his 17 points off 7 of 8 shooting. And he's come up with the finishes on a number of the plays of the game. There'll be another timeout before the end of this one.
Tournez la balle, on tue le temps ici. Ok, si ça reste 3, 4 secondes, faites pas les efforts ici. Restez là, ça tourne.
You never know what points differentials could come into play at the end of an extremely tight group, so they have to keep going through the motions and keep playing hard for each and every point, despite this being an insurmountable Senegalese lead now. It's a group where so many of the games have been decided by single-digit margins. Kasson. Cross-court pass over to Wegscheider. Left hand onto his right, flips it up. Jefferson looking for another putback. Didn't time his jump right that time. Shot clock turned off at the end of this one. Final seconds. And that will do it. Searing hot Senegal burn the Central Africans' chances of making the second stage of qualifiers. Senegal pouring in 91 points, led by the 23 of Gorgui Dieng, the NBA player, but followed perhaps most impressively by the 17 of Youssoufa Ndoye, who had 2 highlight reel rejections as well. Senegal win it by 9 in the end over a spirited Central African team, 91-82. 4 players all together in double figures. That man there, perhaps the star in terms of breaking the game wide open. Malé Ndoye, the number 9, who we just saw briefly, 5 of 5 from downtown for his 15 points. And Mohamed Faye with a number of highlight reel dunks down the stretch, finished with 13. Youssoufa Ndoye and Faye, 2 of those players finishing with double figures, embracing. A really good team effort from Senegal, who certainly didn't leave it all up to Gorgui Dieng. They made sure a number of players contributed, and they come through in the end. A game that saw 26 lead changes before Senegal pulled away in the 4th, when they really started to heat up and reach boiling point. A look at the stats. 4 extra offensive rebounds as they edged the battle on the boards by 5. 4 more turnovers, but it didn't matter too much in the end. Senegal shooting impressively, 61% inside and 45% from downtown. Dieng leading the way with those 23 points and 8 rebounds. D'Almeida had 9 assists for Senegal. Confirmation of the final score and confirmation of the top scorers. 4 in double figures for both teams. We see the top 3 on that graphic. Couguet 17, Damachua 16, Jefferson 13 for the Central African Republic. The two Ndoys just behind Jeng for Senegal, but playing just as an important role. Ndoy big on offense and defense, and Ndoy big from behind the arc. Malé Ndoy in terms of breaking this game open in the fourth quarter. It really was a fantastic game, a roller coaster ride through the first three quarters before Senegal showed their power and their strength and their finesse on home court in the capital, Dakar. They go top of Group D with a 3-1 record before the penultimate games tomorrow. The Central African Republic dropped to 1-3 at the bottom of that table. For me, Tim Long, it's been a pleasure having your company for this one. We hope you'll join us for the next set of games in Group D tomorrow.